want to talk to you today about what healing looks like. And in the 4th chapter of the book of John, we meet a gentleman that got a distance healing from Jesus. In the 47th verse, it starts the story, and I want to focus in on that verse and also the 50th and the 51st verse. It reads, "When this man heard that Jesus arrived in Galilee from Judea, he went to him and begged him to come and heal his son, who was at death. And Jesus replied to him, 'Go, your son will live.' The man took Jesus at his word and departed, and while he was still on his way, his servants met him with the news that the boy was living. Go, your son lives," is what all that Jesus told this man. It was at the 4 to 6 hour journey home. This man's son was critically ill. So ill, in fact, that the father risked all of what could have been the son's final hours to beg Jesus for a miracle. Can you imagine the journey home? The thoughts swirling around in this man's head. Did Jesus really heal my son? He didn't even need to see him. Can this really happen? Or did I just miss my son's death? Did I go on a ridiculous journey? Many of us could probably relate to this story. You pray for a miracle and you go through hours of doubt. And can you relate to this man? Jesus, did he heal his son? You bring the entire household into the process, but how does that relate to our lives today? Well, we have to realize sometimes nothing is impossible with God. Jesus can heal because of the faith of others praying too. Jesus doesn't have to physically be present to heal. Only God sees the full picture and knows why some are healed and why some others are not. Our role is to trust the results of our prayers, whether or not they make sense. Maybe your need isn't physical healing like the sick boy. Maybe you're carrying around some emotional or spiritual wounds that need some healing today. If we're honest, all of us could use some healing in our lives. I know myself is included in that one. Maybe 20 years ago, you made a bad choice in your life. Maybe you made some bad choices in your life and you can't deal with those anymore and they're haunting you. Your choice, maybe you had an abortion and that's coming back to haunt you. Maybe you had an argument with a family member and that's come back to haunt you. You're overwhelmed with grief and pain. Perhaps you were abused when you were growing up and you need to get rid of some of that pain that's going on in your life. You need God's supernatural power to forgive another person or even yourself and move on, because right now you just can't do it. Whatever it might be, that same Jesus who healed that little boy years ago, in spite of the Father's questions and in spite of the Father's doubts, still heals us today. If you confess your sins and those problems and those doubts today, I guarantee you, He can still work a miracle in your life today. Are you in need of a physical or spiritual or emotional healing today? Maybe you've been praying for a miracle of some sort, or you're struggling with some doubt in your life today. Take your needs before God and leave them there. Let Jesus reveal what a healing can look like in your life.